If you're heavy into gaming and are looking for a wireless superlight mouse, I think the S7 from Eweaden is not a bad shout, especially when you're on a budget. I've noticed that the budget categories nowadays is not only growing, but it's also making the mid-range segment kind of redundant. The unboxing itself was a pleasant experience with the mouse nicely laid out on top and some of the accessories underneath. Starting with something you don't generally see, some extra skates for underneath the mouse. Then comes the serious high quality and grippy grips, and then a super high quality braided USB-A to C cable for charging. Speaking of high quality, you can also use the free subscribe button down below to get more high quality videos on budget tech, just like this one. I love how light this mouse feels, but it isn't incredible looking. But if minimalism is your way, this is going to tickle that itch perfectly. Although the grips will make it look a bit more aggressive, but more on that a little bit later. Just when I was admiring the weight of the mouse, I found that it comes with the USB dongle inside of the mouse itself. Without the USB dongle and the grips, the mouse is rated at about 52 grams, but on my scale, it measured at 60 grams with the USB dongle still inside of it. Now I'm not going to nitpick here because I know my scale isn't the most accurate out there, but I'm pretty sure that it lands bang on that 52 gram weight without the dongle and the grips. Now I do come from a wired G502 mouse, but feeling this mouse next to it is a night and day difference. Not only in weight, but also how it feels in the hand. The G502 is more aggressive with its design and layout, whereas the S7 focuses purely on weight and getting the job done. It does come with two programmable buttons on the side, which are super clicky just like the rest of the mouse buttons, and as you've already noticed, it does have the gold accents on the side, just like the scroll wheel and the logo. Looks good. If you're a serious gamer and you know your ins and outs about a mouse, here are some nerdy stats. It comes with a PixArt PAW3950 sensor and a PAR2862 chip, which equals an 8000 polling rate and a 26,000 max DPI, which is absolutely incredible at this price tag. For the ones who don't know what this means, it basically means that the mouse is super responsive and super fast. The mouse has 3 connection modes, and you can of course use it with the included 2.4 GHz dongle, but you do also have the option to use it wired or with Bluetooth. Now, I'm not a gamer, but I did fire up Aim Labs and use the mouse for a bit for testing, and I have to say, if you have not used a superlight mouse, this will be quite the adjustment. The mouse just felt hollow on the inside, which might be your thing, and it was extremely responsive. I can tell you now that the gap between the wired and the wireless mice is nearly diminished. I feel like my fingers were slipping, so I did end up adding the grips, and I have to say, they made a huge difference. Not only in the way it feels and grips, but also in weight. Now, because of how light the mouse already is, the smallest of additions will make a difference and you will notice it. I do have a little quirk with the mouse though, which is not necessarily coming from a place of using a G502, but I think the DPI switch being at the bottom is a little inconvenient because I do change my DPI quite often depending on the task I'm doing and how I'm just feeling. I imagine that for a lot of gamers out there, they will be changing it from game to game, so to have it close to the scroll wheel would have been nicer. Maybe I'm just being a little greedy here, but in the gaming industry, 2 programmable buttons on the side is a bare minimum. And having a couple more would have also been nice. But again, when I think about that, for the price, I really don't think I should be complaining here. Overall, the mouse seems like a great package with a lot of value for money. A responsive mouse that is great for people trying to get into competitive gaming and are looking for a mouse that is almost an extension of their arm with that kind of weight. The high quality accessories are of course an added bonus, and for that price, it doesn't seem like you can go wrong. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video on the Eweaden S7 mouse. If you did, drop a like and subscribe to the channel and let me know down below if a superlight mouse is something you would consider and why. Because I'm still new to this side of gaming mice and I have always preferred the heavier ones. Well, with all that being said, I'll catch you guys later.